Welcome back to another Texas Chain Saw Massacre the game video. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we got to sit back in the diner, talk about the Texas Chain Saw Massacre, all the things usually that are going wrong with it. But that's not all that's going to happen in this video.
Really?
If you didn't know, a new update came out this past week on March 28th. And so it's been about, what is it, 5 days? 5 days. I feel like we played it a lot more than 5 days, but
Yeah.
it's been 5 days. This update came with the brand new map, the Mill. We'll get to that. Brand new victim, Virginia, who is, of course, played and looks like Barbara Crampton, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Voice acted. I don't think did she do the mocap?
Probably not.
I wouldn't think so. But it looks like her. Looks like her, and it sounds like her. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. No new family member. Family member has been pushed back, and let me tell you, you felt that. You felt that. I will have probably a whole rant to this episode about exactly that, but you felt that because the queues were horrible as a result of it. But
yeah,
let's go ahead. Let's start. I would say let's start with the good, but let's just start. Let's just start. We're going to start with the Mill, the new map. This map had a lot of hype for it. It looked very different. It's got the verticality side of it. They were pushing the wells work differently on this map. There were more windows, things like that. And I suppose that is true.
Right. And in months past, they've talked about adding unique exits to maps. So everyone was sort of looking forward to that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, I'm gonna put that clip of Wes in here right now.
Will future maps have different escape methods, like something different than lock, gates, fuse, and valve?
Short answer, yes.
Boom.
Moving on.
Just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not making that up. Wes said that there's going to be unique exits in the future. He said it before Nancy's house came out. Nancy's house came out, no unique escape. Like, okay, maybe it's the next map. The Mill comes out, there's no unique escape. It's like, we're not doing that, huh?
I don't know. I guess not.
It's so weird. I don't know. That is it's driving me bonkers a little bit. It's like, is it going to happen at all anymore? Did you guys just cut it out of the plans, or is it like a map that's going to come out at the 1 year anniversary or something? What are you doing here? But when you expect it, because it was said by, the CEO of Gun Interactive, the CEO of the publisher, when they say it on a live stream, you take his word for it, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, well, damn.
Yeah, that we're 0 for 2.
We're 0 for 2. Don't fool me again. Or just tell me ahead of time.
It's not going to happen anymore. Yeah.
Because like that, to me, I think that's what's happened with the Mill. I think the map is good. I think the layout is cool, and it definitely spices up gameplay. It has, what I've noticed, it's a little bit of everything that we've had so far. You take a little bit of the taste of the original 3 maps. I think you kind of get that. You have the layout of the gas station with a big battery side, big gen side, something in the middle to kind of split everything up.
Yep.
That's basically how it's laid out. You have the doors. There's so many doors on that map that it kind of feels like Family House in that regard. And then for Slaughterhouse, it's all the bushes. There are so many bushes and places to hide in plain sight. Taller bushes than any other map, by the way.
Yup.
You can completely disappear in those bushes. So it has a little bit of everything, which that's fine. It's a cool map.
Yeah. And, we're hearing about 50-50. Oh, this map's family-sided. Oh, this map's victim-sided. So does that mean it's balanced?
Usually that's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's what happened with gas station.
We're feeling pretty even when it comes to hearing OP for one side or the other.
Yeah, like we've escaped a lot, we've died a lot, we've killed a lot, people have gotten out a lot. It's been a little bit of everything, and the thing is, right now specifically, it's really hard to tell because there are so many new players that came as a result of the Steam free days. And of course, just word of mouth promoting Barbara Crampton, things like that, and then Aiden Ross streamed it too,
yeah.
And love or hate Aiden Ross doesn't really matter. The thing is, he has influence, and when he streamed TCM, he had 35,000 viewers, and it got around a little bit. I'm sure some people tried out the Steam free days just because Aiden tried it out.
Yep.
So a lot of new players. So it's hard to tell how the balance works because you could just be getting thrown in people that are just not very good.
Right.
Or you're a new player and you're getting pissed on by people that have been around for a while.
Right.
It's hard to tell. There's the no new escapes. So that was kind of disappointing. No new kills, no environmentals, which being in a sawmill without throwing in environmentals, just the same old gallows kill. It's like, all right. Yeah. Like I said, you set yourself up for failure. And I think we just keep on doing that, where we get to the point we expect more, and then they still deliver, but it's like we were expecting something else to be delivered, and then then we make fun of it for no reason. But
Right, it's a sawmill. Yes, we're putting this expectation on, but in the trailer, coming down and showing that furnace with that table with the knife, a lot of people thought, hey, maybe that's going to be a new gallows type kill.
Yeah.
And it's not. And yes, that part of it's on us for expecting and putting that in our own minds, but also, why not?
Yeah, and there's also the part they're talking about in terms of verticality and the wells.
Yep.
So the well, like, yeah, there is one unique well, but it's in an area that really isn't accessed too much unless the valve is up there. So otherwise, you don't really use it too much. I've only seen people hit that well a few times.
I mean, how many hours?
I've seen the window get hit quite a bit. The window drops down to the bridge. That gets hit quite a bit, but that's about it. The well itself doesn't get touched too much,
right,
so far. But yeah, so it's the way they set it. This is, again, it's just overthinking it on our part and us as a community. Is like the way they set it on that live stream. Like, oh, new vertical gameplay. Then you're seeing all the pipes in the mill that twist and turn and this and that. You're like, oh man, there's probably a whole bunch of pipes you can go through and that change it up. And there's the one that will change the well a little bit, but not that much. It's basically the same thing. So you set yourself up. There was the riverbed talk, how riverbed spices up gameplay so much. Honest to God, as family,
I forgot they said that.
Yeah. The riverbed was going to spice it up. It's there. But as a family member, truly, as a family member, you should never step foot in that fucking riverbed.
Yeah.
So really, it's not even part of the gameplay beyond early gameplay as victim, because there is a door that goes down there. So there is a way to get outside without ever going up stairs or a ladder. So that's kind of nice. But otherwise, don't go over there.
Right.
It's just kind of there.
Yeah. A lot of bone charms. There's a nugget over there.
Yeah, there's the riverbed, because that's the dam over there on the map. There's the riverbed that is part of the battery side of the map, and that's different.
Yeah.
I guess,
I ain't going down there.
Yeah. Although I will say, when you get the gates open on that map, things change a lot, because there's so much to navigate and explore and loop.
Yep.
So the second somebody gets on battery side or gen side, especially battery side, you're in a really tight spot immediately, because what do you do as family? You're just kind of stuck and you got to wait it out. Then you got to camp.
Yeah.
Camp it out. But overall, I've had fun on both sides.
Yeah.
I have. It's been a fun map, and I've played it a lot, because it's weighted very heavily right now, which at first I love that, but it does get to a point when you play the same map 30 times in a row, it does get a little old.
Yeah, that first day, it wasn't weighted.
Mm-hmm.
And we were fighting, and everyone was fighting to play it. And yeah, now the Steam free weekend's over and everyone's played all weekend. And I think people are like, okay, we can tune it a little bit, turn it back a little bit.
Just keep Nancy's house down.
Get rid of Nancy's house out of the queue. Please.
Yeah, I don't know where I would rank it at this point.
I don't know.
I definitely like it more in Nancy's house.
Easy. That's easy placement.
It might, honest to God, it might be the second best map. It's right up there in the first three. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's a fun map and it is unique. But here's one thing I will say about it as well, though. I think out of all the maps, except for maybe Nancy's house, it forces you to play a certain way as family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you kind of have to be the OG3. You definitely need a Leatherface, because the obstacles are a real bitch on that map.
Yeah.
They're in inconvenient places, and you really need somebody that can hit gaps. So you really want Hitchy or Sissy, I guess, but probably Hitchy. And because of the gates, how important it is to keep them closed, you kind of want to cook.
Yeah.
So it's you. I don't know. You can find success without using OG3, but it seems like one of the maps where it's the hardest to do so.
Yeah, for sure.
Just back to OG3.
Yep. Same game over and over.
Same shit. Different day. Huh? Okay, well, the next big part of this update was Virginia. I know it may be a little controversial at this time, because there are some people saying she's super OP. There are some people saying she sucks. Those people are kind of most people are saying she's OP.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very good and I think she should. She costs $10 goddamn, and it's Barbara Crampton. Her ability is great. The ability to blind, throw a powder out there, blind a victim, contaminate, or blind a family member, contaminate blood buckets,
Take away family's blood.
Yeah, that's the part where I think might need some adjusting. And now, see, I know there are people earlier saying that I could already hear the family main comments. Okay, so when I say I don't think her blind powder is OP, I think maybe you should take that back. All right, because I really don't. I think the reason I don't mind how powerful she is over like what Danny was is that to use Virginia and get away with it, it actually does take some skill.
Yeah.
You have to, make a choice on when you want to throw the powder. You have to...
Where you're throwing it, is it a hallway where they have to just stop and go completely around, or are they already going to be in it?
Yeah. It's not like it's the hardest thing in the world to pull off, but yeah, like you have to actually use skill rather than running around pressing R1 on something and eventually just tapping the valve and escaping in 30 seconds.
Right. The victim abilities are a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
You can do more at being booned than you could being shouldered.
Yeah.
Because you're on the ground.
Yeah.
It's more than, well, now everything else is kind of different, but relating it to the shoulder,
yeah.
I'd rather get booned than shouldered.
Yeah, you still have a chance. You can still get your swings in.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't slow you down. It just makes it where you can't see. And the one thing that I think is, and I don't think this should change. I really don't. That's coming from somebody who plays Leatherface a fucking lot. I think her throwing in and making it where you can't rev your saw anymore, I think
crazy.
It's huge. Yeah, it's a really big deal. And I that's okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal because it doesn't last that long. The things that probably need to be adjusted, there's the double boon. All right. So you can have it where inside of the cloud, you get health back. And well, if you throw 2 boons in the same spot, you get double the health back.
It stacks, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, things like that are going to change. I think her level 3 ability to, if you run into her boon, you lose all of the blood in your vial. So it's countering blood builds and it's countering violent. It's like, yeah, that probably should be changed a little bit.
I don't know if you make that charge based or what, because that is crazy that you could just do that the entire game. Of course, just kill her and then you won't have to deal with it.
Yeah, just kill her. And then she's still got to go. She only gets 2 throws at a time. She's got to go back to the poison or the powder tables, things like that. I hear you. But you can, because you get 2 throws per visit at the powder table. Man, you could throw, 15 plus boons in a game.
Right. Yeah. How many shoulders can you use in a game? How many of Anna's ability or Connie abilities can you use in a game?
Not 15 times. I'll tell you that much.
No.
So,
maybe those powder tables need to be limited like sissies.
Well, they're limited. It's just
not. Are they?
Yeah, you get 2 or 3 hits per powder table, and then you just go find another powder table. It's pretty nuts. And it's not like they're super low in supply. You could find powder tables. The mill is the only place I was struggling to find them at first because I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you could throw a lot of boons.
Yeah.
So that maybe that part needs to be pulled back some. But honestly, I didn't mind. I didn't mind going against her. I had fun playing as her. I thought she was a fun character, and I think if you nerf her too much, I don't even know what you would do to nerf the ability itself. Like you can't get rid of the blind.
No.
And it's not that bad.
No, after playing, how many hours did we play? Like 15 hours. You kind of you can kind of use the outside of the boon, and you can see where they're going and kind of see where you're going and adjust where you're running off to. And if you know the maps well enough, if you're a try hard, you can know where you're at.
Yeah, I understand it can be a little annoying, but I didn't think it was all that bad. There's just her level 3, as always with these goddamn level 3 abilities. There's some tuning that might need to be changed there, and maybe you can have too many per game, because you can, if you really were to devote to it. We'll have to test that out. How many if you were just trying to throw boons, how many could you actually throw in a game? Because I bet you could hit 20.
Probably.
It's a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah, and before the comments come in, oh yeah, they have to make the character OP to sell it, so everyone will buy it.
I don't even disagree with that.
I agree to it to a point.
Yeah, like Danny was real brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you want, especially when it's somebody like Barbara Crampton, you want that character to be good, to be worthwhile, to fall into the meta. And she definitely does and can.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about her, though. And this is, we don't even have her whole skill tree because her skill tree is fucking bugged, which is one broken thing that we'll go into. Fast hands is gotta chill.
Fast hands. Yikes.
If you have a build right now where it's like a team, where if you was Connie, I would say Connie, Leland, Danny, and then Virginia. You have Danny and Virginia with fast hands, then you have Connie with her ability, and then Leland just to piss people off.
Yeah, and the shoulder and the boons and yeah,
it's disgusting. Like full teams, it's gonna be brutal. That's where you might start seeing it feels pretty OP. It's kind of rare in a normal public game setting for that to happen. Don't get me wrong, but it can happen. And yeah, that the fast hands is stupid. It's a stupid fucking perk, like all around. That's one of those perks where I'm like, it probably just shouldn't be in the game. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. Who has it?
Just Danny and Virginia.
The two
paid characters.
Yep.
And that's it.
And I'm acting like I'm asking that question, but I, said that on stream.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, that needs to chill.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, I don't know, because I also don't want it to go to other trees though. So if it's if it's one or the other, I'll just keep it on their trees, I guess. I don't know. That's one of those perks where I'm like, what? You don't need it. You don't need it. The proficiencies, it's already high enough. Like people can boost the shit out of their proficiency. You don't need fast hands to make it even easier to get a fucking gate open mid chase. And you combine it with things like extra drip, which she also gets. So you're sitting there and you can just take hits because you have extra drip active and you're getting that health back. And then you just use fast hands to escape while in the middle of a chase with the family members sitting right there actively trying to stop you. It's dumb. You don't need it.
On the one hand, you're taking that perk slot away from using something else. But on the flip side, okay, get rid of it. You can use something else.
Yeah. Yeah. And now as we go further along here and they're adding new characters, they're also making unique perks that fall on these characters. She's got 6 of them.
She has 6 unique perks.
Like Jesus.
Danny has
none.
Danny has none?
No, he doesn't have any. I don't think so. They felt unique because of fast hands, but not anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, Virginia has 6 unique perks. Everyone else has 0.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Interesting.
So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. They're just changing their minds as they continue to make DLC. So,
yeah, it's like, they don't know what they say something. They're like, oh, actually, this works better. But we're not going to tell them. We're not going to let anyone know that plan has changed.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even think they know when the plans have changed.
That's a fair point too.
And there's actually a couple broken things, and I think we can move on to that. We can move on to that right now. There are a couple broken things that feel intentional, like they were testing them and they just happen to sneak into the public build.
Yeah.
First, skill tree broken on Virginia. We all know that. And then her cosmetics, they still are not fixed. They're aware of it. They've said they're aware of it, but how long is it going to take? Because for the love of God. But that's the only thing broken on her right now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Till the next update.
My pockets are so full of change waiting to buy it in Muerto times. I'm gonna start throwing my money away if I can't buy one. Where is it at?
10 cents a pop. For real though, can we get moving on a hot fix? Having shit broken for so long. That's why stop releasing updates on holiday weekends. Why?
Yeah. Release it the week before if possible. And then, do a hot fix or a quick fix before the holiday weekend.
There are some things that are really bad when they break. The first 2 I have here, Leatherface door slams. If you don't know that, how many people probably got killed because of the not realizing, because they're getting a pop-up that says door slam and Leatherface is just fine. Yeah, you cannot door slam Leatherface right now. Just doesn't work. He just walks right through it.
Silent buff.
Yeah, but that's one of those things where almost feels intentional.
Yeah, testing the waters, and then if everyone's like, "Yeah, I like this," they're like, "Yeah, we meant to do that." Yeah, that was how it was always.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it that way. I will say I actually don't mind it, other than the fact that I wasn't aware of it at first and it fucked me over. But dude, door slam. The fact that Connie can door slam Leatherface. Come on.
She's swole, bro.
That man will just run right through the door.
She's swole.
She's swole. It just doesn't really make sense to me. I never really thought the door slams Leatherface made sense. But it also takes a significant amount of skill to be able to land door slams. So, all right. I mean, it's not the end of the world if he can be slammed, but I'm also not really against him not being able to get slammed at the same time. Makes him scarier, that's for sure. You know, and then you move on quicker. That's what I just started noticing. I was closing doors a lot sooner, just trying to stop him, slow him down, rather than trying to slam him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that was one of the bugs that somehow came as a result of this update. The Danny valve tamper, he can't tamper valves anymore. And that was another one where I was like, is this on purpose? Are you messing with this?
Yeah. On any map, he cannot tamper the valve.
Yeah, just don't know how that happened.
He can still tamper everything else.
Yep. Just can't tamper the valve. And I was thinking, because that's the one fucking thing where there's one step. To do the valve and get it tampered, there's one step beyond getting the knowledge. Which you can undo even at the mill, you can get knowledge so fast because the employee room has a TV, a radio, a lamp, and a toolbox almost always in there. And then there's radios on the way up to the valve.
Lots of lamps in that mill basement.
Yeah, lamps, radios, and TVs. They're all over the place, and you get so much knowledge from that shit. So you can before you even leave the basement, you can have almost a full meter of knowledge and ready to go. So then you just grab one handle, put it on, done. Like, I imagine if you could tamper valves on the mill, I bet you it would have happened a fucking lot. So I'm actually, it's a little bit of a sigh of relief that you couldn't tamper the valve with Danny on the mill, because I think it would happen a lot.
Yeah.
There's one thing we didn't say about the mill that is really important. It's the one thing that does affect balance that changes everything, and that's the RNG.
That too. Yeah.
Didn't mention that, and it's really important. The RNG on the mill is pretty game changing when it happens, because if you have, because the overgrown can spawn so many things. The fuse location they're all right next to each other.
Yep.
There's the machine storage, there's the overgrown shed, and then there's the workshop shed, whatever. Then they're all right next to each other. Well, then the valve can either be in the overgrown, kind of a way ish, but it can also be right next to the overgrown shed, 6 feet away from one of the fuse box locations, which it happens all the time.
Which is next to the to one of the gen gates.
Yeah. So if you have a crawl space crusader, if you will, somebody who can hit gaps, just chilling on the gen side, they can cover the gen gates, the fuse box, and the valve with complete ease.
Yeah.
Especially with the gen and the valve both at the overgrown shed, it's stupid. So the only thing, so when that happens, family has a distinct advantage, no doubt about it. But then if the valve gets moved up to the top of the mill at that spot, then things balance out, because you have to go check that. And if it does get turned on, you got to run all the fucking way up there and turn it off and come all the way back down, or you just camp there and you take a family member out of play.
Yep.
So the RNG is the deciding factor on who's going to win or lose, like half the time on that map. The
amount of times that, half our team wasn't out of the basement and the fuse box opened.
Yeah. Well, yeah, quite a bit. And I would tell you, even when we were playing Victim, it was like I was being fed a fuse escape every time I'd run out of the basement. If you open the lair door, just going up the stairs there, you run into a fuse, and then because of the RNG, you're right next to the fuse box spawn.
Yep.
It's like asking me to do a fuse escape every time and just rush it.
Yep.
So it's like, all right. So yeah, you can definitely. It just depends on the RNG and how things spawn.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to, and how hard family's going to camp it. That's all. So that always annoys the shit out of me. I hate when you find success just because spawns are in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you even said on stream you were getting bored. You would go up and be like, okay, here's a fuse. Oh, here's a fuse box, doing it.
You're not going to believe it.
And the three of us are still in the basement running around Leatherface.
Yeah. It was easy peasy stuff. But if you would have put the RNG, like if the valve's at the top of the map, good luck stopping Danny. Yeah. If he could tamper that valve at the top of the mill, good luck. It's gonna suck. I bet you it happens all the time once they fix it.
Yeah. Because you can kind of sneak up there. I mean, maybe they need to put more nuggets or whatever up there. But yeah, he gets up there and tampers it. You're gonna go up and check and see if it's tampered.
Yeah, I'm telling you, your entire mentality changes as a family player when you know that valve can't be tampered. And because it couldn't be tampered, if it was spawned up top, nobody watched it.
No,
it's not like
Hitchies aren't putting traps on it. Even.
Yeah. Yeah, so if it gets turned on, you just go shut it off, and then you might start watching it. But otherwise, you just don't watch it, and not a lot of people go for it. So yeah, the second Danny gets fixed, I guarantee the mill and how it gets played changes drastically. But we'll see. I don't know. But that was one of those things. I was like, is this on purpose? Like, it feels like it's kind of on purpose.
I mean, what happened? That it's just his ability with the valves. Everyone else interacts with the valves just fine. He can interact with the valve just fine. He just can't tamper it. Yeah. But tampering on everything else is still fine. You can still
inspect it too.
Right.
You just can't tamper it.
Yeah, that makes it seem like it could be something they're trying out.
Yeah, it feels like they were testing it and it just snuck into the public build. I don't know. Probably just overthinking it. Maybe giving them too much credit. I don't know.
We got some tinfoil on today.
Maybe just giving them too much credit for an unintentional bug. But yeah, I don't know. Because I really think that the mill would be a real bitch if Danny could do the valve.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out. So just some kind of like random nerfs or buffs that were happening. More shadow nerfs, more shadow buffs. They can say what they want, but they're there. And I tell you what, they're going to sit there and say they don't shadow nerf and shadow buff things, but you also don't go out of your way to fucking fix them once you accidentally break them. And one of them was extra drip. Extra drip got a little bit of a nerf. It's not that bad.
Right. And just say it's a bug. Any posts with extra drip that I've seen, no developer response.
Yeah, because they don't know either.
So say it's something we've seen reports of and we're looking into. They have no problem commenting that on every post.
Yeah.
But skipping the ones with extra drip?
Yeah, like we don't even know. But yeah, from everything that I've seen, extra drip is just slower now.
Yeah, it still seems like you do get all that health back. It's just way slower.
Yeah, it's just significantly slower, but you do still get health. It's still extremely powerful. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But just, it's a little subtle shadow nerf there. And then a little bit of a Johnny buff as well. You can go back and watch streams of me getting pissed off playing Johnny, because like everybody that plays Johnny pisses on me with the swings. They have the timing down perfectly. I always fuck it up and trying to do the chain together swings. I always mess it up. I wasn't after this update. That's weird. And then it got confirmed by other people in the subreddit that they weren't having the short swings that's breaking your momentum. Yeah. So you're telling me they fucking buffed that guy again?
With Scout.
With Scout. Yeah, I've only played him with Scout, but everybody only plays a guy with Scout.
Right.
There's a couple people that are probably running like straight up shotgun builds that don't have Scout on, but everyone's using Scout.
Yeah.
So yeah, your momentum is not lost doing the chain swings if you have Scout on.
He is flying again, dude.
There was a couple times on the top of me playing as him and feeling it that I was getting shit on, like just even extra shit on when I was playing Victim with Johnny. I'm like, God damn. I guess that explains it. So yeah, just a little. I mean, you also can now fly by victims on accident.
That's me. I only flew past them. I wasn't getting so lucky with those hits. I was going to the next fucking map.
If they're not like full blown sprinting anymore, you can actually just swing right past them and kind of get lost. So you can say it's not a buff, but dude, I'm telling you, when you can chain swings like that, it's disgusting.
Well, even like the aim assist too is helping mess that up. Like there was a victim and all of us were family, and you were Johnny and you were swinging and you were just and
I was stuck on Hitchy. Aim assist in general feels a little tweaked. With Leatherface, I don't know what it was, but it felt like swings. This could be me overthinking. This could just because of new players and regions and servers and all this and that. But there were some things that I feel like I've always hit before that I was not hitting now. And I could be overthinking it. Leatherface mains, let me know your thoughts on that. I could be overthinking it. I could just be shitty. Get good, kid.
Yeah, get good.
But I just felt like things I was used to hitting and I was comfortable landing those, I just wasn't landing anymore. I'm like, all right, well, skill issue, I guess.
Man, maybe I'm just trash.
Yep. So a lot of random changes, but things that haven't been adjusted somehow. Fast hands, we already talked about that. Empowered, still good to go.
Yeah.
The grapple changes are still full intact. All right. So they're not going back on that, but empowered probably should be adjusted with that. Wireframe on Hitchy, still brutal. It's fucking terrible. And then fired up as well to coincide with wireframe is brutal. It makes me want to die. And now endurance changes. Maybe this is another shadow nerf, but replenishing endurance or stamina appears to be slower on both sides of the ball, family and victims. The problem is now you can mine fired up with family and wireframe. Now it's even worse when you're getting chased by a Hitchy because you don't get your endurance back as fast, but that fucker still does.
Yep.
So yeah, that's another little shadow nerf, that the endurance, you don't replenish stamina as fast. I don't get it.
I don't know.
On purpose? Accidental?
Just shadow nerf. Testing the waters.
Yeah. And the biggest thing ever that they still haven't changed, and this, you're going to see my bad side in a second. If they don't fix the fucking party system, I'm going to uninstall the game. I already did, actually. It's still uninstalled on my PS5.
There are games made for $20 that have a better fucking party system.
Yeah, I don't
It's
get it.
crazy.
I don't get why it's the worst. I'm still committed to this. It's the worst party system. It's the worst lobby experience I've ever had in a video game. I don't understand it. I can go jump into last year right now, which has 40 fucking players, and have a better party experience and a better lobby experience. Why is that? Why can't we get it together, for the love of God? So the parties always break. Anytime you want to like just either back out, or sometimes after games, or even like your teammate, your party getting on the other team. It just happened to you last night.
That's the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
We were in a party and I was on family and you two were on victim.
Yeah. Like, what is going on?
In the same lobby.
So just constantly breaking. You have to restart your game every time. It's just annoying. Like, for the love of God, fix that, please.
Right. Someone said that there was a workaround where you just end the party, create a new one, end it, and create another one, and that should work. But we were too impatient to try.
Yeah. The fact that I even have to do that, though, it's still annoying. Can we just get something in there that where you disband? First of all, you should be able to disband with your party. Why is that a big deal?
Yeah. I've submitted the report. So there's at least one ticket in there. But for the love of God, all three of us have to restart our games.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah. And then there's the lobbies. And we knew the lobbies were going to be bad. Okay. When there's only one character release, that being a victim, everybody wants to play victim to get to try her out. Nobody plays family. Lobbies don't fill up. But it was somehow even worse than I thought it would be.
We had our blinders on. When Shirtless Johnny came out and the lobbies were horrible and there was nobody playing victim, when they announced Virginia and the Mill, we're like, oh, they're going to announce a new family member. They're not going to have a broken lobby system again. They learned from Shirtless Johnny. They didn't.
Yeah, your best bet would have been just to delay Virginia, only have the map come out and just wait until a family member is ready.
Yep.
I don't know if Barbara Crampton had a contract where they had something that she had to be out by a certain date. I don't know, but I can tell you what everybody thought was going to happen happened. The lobby experience was so unbelievably bad, and that was on top of having thousands of new players, but because of the Steam free weekend. So yeah, it was horrible. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And then because they have a system in play where if you're in private games, you can't get XP, which is just stupid in a game like this, by the way. But if you're in a private game, you can't get XP. So you want to play the new character and level her up? That's too fucking bad, because you can't go search for a victim game and get in a game because the queues are broken unless you wait 45 minutes. And you can't go level her up in private games because you can't get XP in a private game.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the first or the second day. I think it was the second day on Friday. The stream, I think that stream is still public. You can go watch. We sat without playing a game in victim lobbies that kept ending for it was an hour.
Yeah. It was either 45 minutes or an hour.
It was 55 minutes.
Yeah, just literally couldn't play.
And then we went to privates.
Yep.
Where we couldn't level up our shit.
Yep. Can we please just add XP to private games? That's a quick fix. That should be like that, right?
Yes. You can say it's boosting, but you can get trophies.
You can get trophies, which is the real boosting. That's the part that actually makes me mad. You want to shut trophies off in privates? I'm way cooler with that, because it's annoying that I earned my hiding spot grabs, I earned my gallows kills, and you could just go cheese it in private games. But I also, at the same time, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? And then leveling up, if you want to, you hit level 9 in private games. Who gives a fuck? Leveling up in this game means nothing. It means nothing. Except, hey, guess what? You got your trading cards. You got your trading. You got the trading card unlockable. Yeah, who gives a fuck if you level up to 99? It doesn't give you an advantage. You don't get cosmetics from it. You get fucking nothing.
You get the trading cards that were on social media and the website.
Yeah, you get fucking nothing from it. So who gives a shit if they boost it? Who gives a shit if people boost their characters or whatever? Because they're going to get there eventually. Yeah. If it's such a big deal, like if there was an MMR system where you, then sure, but there's not. So who gives a fuck? Just fucking put XP in the private games so that your broken ass queue system pisses me off a little bit less. That's all.
That's it.
I don't think I'm asking for too much.
Yeah, it's brutal. And that's the number one complaint anyone's going to give. And again, we saw it with Shirtless Johnny.
Yeah, a stupid cosmetic.
Yeah.
Of course, a whole new character is going to really break it.
And it's even worse. And it's just how could you sit there and be like, well, got to do it. Maybe Barbara Crampton had a contract that it needed to be released by X day. But
they said it's their number one priority, but
so they didn't release a family member because it wasn't finished. But apparently Virginia wasn't finished either because you can't access her skill tree or her fucking cosmetics. So
yeah, it's tough. It's tough out here.
Yeah, the April Fool's update came a little early. We all got fooled into thinking we were going to have a quality update.
Tough. Is the backfill issue really that hard to fill? Or is it really that bad? Because either it's a horrible backfill, which I think that's the problem. I think it's a bad backfill system, and they just need to fix that, which, get on top of it. I don't know. I bet you there's something buried in the code, and they just can't figure it out. But there's something wrong with the backfill issue, I think. Or it's like 90% victim and 10% families. That's the only fucking way it could be this bad. But if that is the case, then you need to add benefits for playing family or whoever the less player side is. Give them double XP. Give them something. It'd be nice if you had in-game currency, because then you could really boost it. Just give them double in-game currency. Which, speaking of which, let's get on that, huh? God damn it! It's the little things, because this game has such good gameplay. I still think it's the best, and in terms of actual game design, I think it's the best asymmetrical game design out there. But it's just being held back by stupid shit like parties and queue times.
As far as the content in this update, great. Mm-hmm. It's just so overshadowed by all the bullshit, the same bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, because now that's the bad taste in my mouth. Like, instead of being like, yeah, Virginia, they killed it, great job. Yeah, the Mill, awesome new map. It's just like, all I remember is sitting in a lobby for 45 minutes at a time.
And then having to leave and restart my game to make a new party.
Yeah, it's the little things that it just weighs you down, and it's a hard game. A lot of the times it's gonna be a hard game to stream as a result of that shit.
Yeah. Have you reinstalled Texas Chain Saw Massacre?
No, I haven't. I'm going to. I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah. I thought you were committing to the bit and saying, nope, you're not playing until it's fixed.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. I still have it installed in 2 other platforms, so didn't really matter.
It's tough. We want to be excited for the next patch. You know, when we get the new family member announcement, the first thing that 99% of people are going to think is, I'm not going to be able to play him, am I?
Well, yeah.
Or I'm not going to be able to play against him, am I?
Yeah, and don't worry, the price tag will not go away as a result of that thought. So,
yep, I'm still going to pay $10 to not play the character that I purchased.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying for sure.
So it's go on stream, have a stream, and say, hey, that family member that we promised that 90-day window, it's not going to happen because we don't want this lobby issue to happen. You know, 50% of people are going to be happy with that decision. And 50% are going to say, what the fuck, you liars.
It'd be nice to have an ETA on these fixes too.
Where's my muerto dimes?
Yeah, that's kind of something that was adding to just annoying. I'm being a nitpicky asshole, but it was annoying that we're sitting here, we want these fixes, we can't access skill trees and shit like that, Danny tamper, all that broken shit we mentioned. No ETA on it, and they're now addressing the fact that they're working on it, which thank you. But then it was like you're waiting for an update, and you just kept getting Steam free days, 50%, Nancy off.
Checking social media to say we are aware. The Twitter, I have notifications on.
Yeah.
And seeing a tweet from the Texas Chain Saw Massacre, finally, maybe we're getting a hot fix today, Friday. Hey, buy the Steam free days. Nancy's 50% off.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had no problem tweeting that all weekend on this this holiday Easter weekend.
Yeah,
Just
tough.
I understand promoting it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a complete dick about it. It just, for the love of God.
Right. Yeah, I
Who,
see.
Is Black Tower the only one working on the game now? Have we officially handed it off? Probably not, right?
Probably
Probably after the family member. Then it might go full Black Tower.
Probably.
But I figured for sure Black Tower was handling the live service portion of the game now, because I figured the release date of the update being as early as 8 a.m. Eastern, it kind of kept a window open for Black Tower to fix something if they had to right away. But I don't know.
Like, I'm going to say something kind of toxic, okay? The game releases. Okay, people either get it on Game Pass, pay for Game Pass, or pay for the game. Shit's broke. Update. Bam, bam, bam. Rapid updates. Let's go. Oh shit! Here's some paid DLC. Oh, it's broken. Give us a couple months. We'll get a fix for it.
Yeah, Danny was sad broken for a while too.
And now we're getting new DLC. Pay for it. Give us money, please. We don't have an ETA. It's going to be a while before we fix it. We had all these rapid patches right at launch, and now we're sitting months apart. Bro, shit's just
because there's just not as many
unplayable.
There's not as many people working on the game, and it's nice because like Black Tower taking over opens a door, because they definitely, it's not that they have more employees or they're a bigger team, it's that they have more employees to devote to the game, because it's really all they got. It's their big boy. Sumo Digital Sumo Nottingham does not have to say the same thing. They have other games in their back pocket that they're working on. So the employee base that was here at launch has just started, moving on to new projects. They start moving on, and that's how it goes. And that's why they went out and got a new dev team. But we got a little bit quicker.
Yeah, everyone's just asking for a quick patch. Just get a quick patch. And you know what? Keep the party systems out, even though it's going to piss us off. But just fix fucking Virginia's tree and cosmetics that people paid for the character for.
Yeah. And that it doesn't seem like that big of a fix. It doesn't seem like that'd be that hard. But then everything's got to get sorted. I'm trying to see both sides. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because what you just said about like, hey, here's paid content, give us money, but we won't fix anything. Like, that's not Gun's fault. It's the developer that needs. It's trying to keep up.
That's how it
looks. Yeah, it's how it looks. I understand that, but it sucks that it happens that way. And because anyone that's not thinking about what does a publisher do, what does a dev do, etc.,
which is 99% of
it's most people. Yeah, which is it's fine. It makes sense. So instead we're always going to shit on Gun, and we just saw on the Better Business Bureau that what did it say about them?
But they're on there, and they have lots of reports on there.
Yeah, so it's
but they are not, for the people that were reporting them to the BBB. They're not accredited, so they don't have to address your issue, because that's the whole point of the Better Business Bureau. If they're accredited, they have to address your issue to satisfaction. They're not accredited. They do not have to. I saw one of the reports was, your game is broken, give me refund. And seeing that on the Better Business Bureau is hilarious. But still, that's when you search Gun Interactive and the Better Business Bureau comes up and see lots of reports on there, that looks bad.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shit that I'm sure falls outside of Gun's hand. Like, I guarantee if Gun could flip an update right now, they would, but it's not their job. Someone's got to get this shit in line. Because it scares me all the time. The Steam numbers are already back down. Despite the Steam free days, we're already back down to where we were. Yep. The 24-hour peak is right under 1,400. It's better than it was, I guess, but it's not good. Yeah. Most people play in Game Pass. I understand I'm sure there are plenty of console players, but it's just, if the Steam numbers drop like that, so do console numbers. The percentages are probably close. Right. Not the total numbers. I'm sure those are very different, but the percentage of fall off is probably pretty fucking close. And that sucks, because this update was the opportunity to bring in new players and retain them. It brought in new players. I don't know how well it retained. That's why broken shit like this and these updates suck, because the potential's there.
Right. I'm kind of scared. I mean, last night we didn't have that horrible of a lobby experience. I'm scared for tomorrow night, seeing the fall off of the family players that we already had. in the game.
Well, I think a lot of the fall off is probably gonna be victim players.
I would hope so.
Well, you hope so for everyone
everyone
for selfish reasons.
Listen, if I'm a new player, the first thing I'm doing is taking Johnny's shirt off and playing him.
Do you think that's the case? Because I think most people that
New players
probably jump.
Leatherface.
Really, you think so?
I think so.
I think most people jump into victim. I think just like all these ASIM games, even though it's 3v4, I think most people know when you go into an ASIM game at this point that there is a lot more pressure that comes as a result of playing the killer. And I think a lot of people just jump over to the survivor, victim, or counselor side.
Or they just spam and hit quick match.
Or which, yeah.
A lot of new family players that I see or that we see are Leatherface. They want to play Leatherface.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Title character.
I mean, yeah. This you could cut this out, but we played a game against 3 level zeros, and we hopped into the game chat after because
and shit on
we thought we did.
Did we let him kill us?
We
Pretty
did.
sure I died that game.
We did.
I gave Johnny that first kill, his first kill ever.
And yeah, we saw them talking in game chat. We're like, oh great, they're gonna talk shit. We go in there, they were having a blast. Like they were like that. Johnny was like, man, I just got my first kill in Texas Chain Saw Massacre the game. The Leatherface is like, oh, it's kind of fitting that one person escaped. And I'm like, can all family players be you guys? Like, you guys enjoy this, and then it's okay to let someone escape.
And then the last game of the night was us playing family, and then the victim player was like, "That was just fucking embarrassing, you guys."
The opposite end of the coin.
The duality of man.
Yeah. But
don't do that. By the way, for the love of God, like don't you. Especially because we didn't even get a kill that game. Oh no, we did. Oh, the guy that was talking shit. Is who we killed.
This is not Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Sometimes it feels like it, dude.
It absolutely
People
does.
always ask us, why do we stay in a party and not go to game chat? That's why. It's too much of it. There's too much of shit like that. And a lot of people are real when they find out you're a streamer, they just start throwing out slurs. Just start screaming it. Because
if you're one of those people, read the terms of service for the streaming platforms. If someone in a game says a slur and it's not this streamer, they do not get in trouble for it.
Correct.
So that changed recently, where the streamer does not get in trouble if someone else says a slur on their stream.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Honestly.
You're just wasting.
You're just
being a prick.
Showing that you're a piece of shit.
So, moral of the story? Final conclusion?
Not reinstalling the game.
Great update. The potential continues. Last point on all of this. The update, yada yada. Take it or leave it. All right, it's fine. Content solid, but just surrounded by bullshit. They said 90 days, approximately 90 days for all the new content. 90 days from when they said that would be April 18th. Now, the things that we haven't received that are supposed to be within that 90 days, well, they said family cosmetics, but I don't know if they were just... No, because they revealed Shirtless Johnny and Bride Sissy at the same time, and said family cosmetics. By the way, dude, to be this deep into the game and not have a single cosmetic other than the bloody skins for Hitchhiker or the Cook just blows my mind.
Are they not allowed? Like that's what we were thinking.
Yeah, and can they say that, please?
Yeah. Are they not allowed to touch those characters?
Yeah, because of just it's tough with being the original characters and the license.
Right. If so, say that.
Please.
If not, where the fuck?
Because right now I'm just calling lazy. You know what I mean? It's like, where is it? Unless they're just waiting for Art Bully to do it. Okay, I guess, but it's just driving me freaking nuts to be this far in the game and not have a single cosmetic for any of those and not a single unlockable for Cook or Hitchhiker. They don't have any unlockables at all. Not even weapon skin unlockables.
Just make Hitchhiker look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Please.
And call it.
How do you even do that? Because he already does. What's he going to wear different that looks like Shaggy?
Dye his hair.
Like, what is he going to do other than shoes? His shoes would be different.
Instead of holding... His weapon's going to be the olive on the toothpick from the sandwich.
It's going to be... It could just be a butter knife.
For making a sandwich.
From making a sandwich with Miracle Whip on it.
Yep.
Then it's just gonna look inappropriate, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, it's just annoying that it's not there. But so there should be family cosmetics. Then there should be the museum mode, and then the next family member with 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and we don't have an announcement for museum mode
Yeah.
or the family member.
Yeah, it's not happening.
They're gonna wait till day 90 to be like, sorry folks, it's not gonna happen.
Well, because all they're gonna say is he said about 90 days. That's all that's gonna happen. It's gonna be about 120 days, but
365 days.
it's gonna, well, at this point, I'm telling you right now, we're creeping up so close to Killer Clowns that
That's when the update's gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
then the next update's gonna
And-
be. It's gonna be on Killer Clowns release day.
yeah, I would be willing to bet, and it's not even. I get it. It's smart practice, so you don't lose as many players as you initially were going to because of a new game and your genre coming out. It just annoys the shit out of me. That's all. I understand business is business. You do what you got to do, but I'd be shocked if there's not a bigger sized update on right at the end of May. Right at the end of May.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Ugh. It's tough.
It's some stuff out here.
Real tough.
Yeah, but I mean, that's it. Done ranting about it. If you can play the content, it's good content. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our thoughts. Let us know yours in the comments below. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.